Once upon a time, in the quaint little town of Maplewood, there lived a man named George Mann. At first glance, he appeared like any ordinary neighbor, with his graying hair, slightly slouched posture, and thick glasses perched on the bridge of his nose. Yet, the townsfolk had an uneasy feeling about him, a feeling that sent shivers down their spines whenever he passed by. One chilly autumn evening, Sarah Thompson, a local bookstore owner, was locking up her shop as the sky turned dark. As she neared her home, she noticed a peculiar figure lingering in the shadows. It was George Mann, seemingly undisturbed by the cold, despite wearing his usual lightweight attire. His pale skin and vacant eyes sent a chill through Sarah's very core. Over the following weeks, the town began to witness a series of unsettling events. A string of disappearances plagued Maplewood, leaving the residents on edge. The somber whispers grew louder, connecting these incidents to George Mann. They began to suspect that he was responsible for the missing townspeople. One day, Alice Foster, a brave and curious journalist, decided to investigate George Mann's dark past. She delved into archives, revealing startling secrets about his previous residence. In that previous town, a similar pattern of disappearances had emerged, with George Mann being the common link. Rumors spoke of a cursed artifact he acquired that granted him supernatural abilities. Determined to uncover the truth, Alice ventured to George Mann's house late one night. As she approached the dilapidated structure, an eerie silence enveloped the air. Cautiously, she made her way through the overgrown garden, peering through the windows. The rooms were filled with ancient artifacts and a palpable air of malevolence. Suddenly, a creaking floorboard signaled Alice's misfortune. George Mann appeared, his unnerving smile reaching from ear to ear. In his hands, he clutched an ominous object, the cursed artifact that bestowed him with unspeakable powers. The room grew darker, the shadows surrounding George Mann dancing maliciously. Alice's heart raced as George lunged towards her, his movements swift and unnatural. She managed to evade his grasp, narrowly escaping his deadly claws. As she fled, Alice realized the cursed artifact possessed George, compelling him to murder in search of eternal power. Alice knew she couldn't confront George Mann alone. She sought help from Dr. Samuel Grant, a skeptical but open-minded psychiatrist in the nearby town of Meadowbrook. Together, they formed a plan to rid Maplewood of George's reign of terror. Late one moonlit night, they gathered the townspeople in a circle around George Mann's house. Armed with ancient symbols and protective charms, they chanted an incantation designed to neutralize the cursed artifact's malevolence. The town's collective energy flowed through Alice and Samuel, empowering them to break the curse and defeat George Mann. A blinding light erupted from within the cursed artifact, engulfing the entire neighborhood. George Mann shrieked in torment as his powers waned, and he began to wither before their eyes. The townspeople watched in awe as the wrathful spirit that had possessed him vanished, leaving behind a frail and feeble man. George Mann's reign of terror had come to an end, and the curse that had consumed him was broken, allowing the townsfolk to breathe a collective sigh of relief. Though the scars of his murderous spree would forever remain, the town of Maplewood united and rebuilt their lives, forever haunted by the horrors that had unfolded. From that day on, George Mann's house was left abandoned, a constant reminder of the evil that had resided within. The townspeople vowed never to let their guard down, always watching for signs of darkness that might creep back into their once peaceful town. For even the most ordinary of neighbors could harbor the most sinister of secrets. Welcome to our scary channel. Do you like to feel horror and suspense? Do you enjoy scary stories that spark your imagination and make your heart beat fast? If your answer is yes, then you are in the right place when you subscribe to our channel and activate the bell. You will be the first to receive instant notifications of every new terrifying story published by the channel. You'll be up to date with our latest updates and additions, and have a unique horror experience. Subscribe to our channel now and activate the bell to be part of the world of scary stories. You will have an exciting, terrifying, and unforgettable experience. Just remember to prepare your nerves and be ready to face the horror with full force. Join now and get ready for the terrifying adventure.